I wrote a poem that I had my teacher, without my knowledge, she entered into a contest and it took first and got published. So that was my first publication credit. I've always wanted to write a character that uh, was sort of inspired by Socrates. That when I was in college, one of my undergrad majors was in philosophy, and Socrates always fascinated me because he would go into a trance-like state and come out with some epiphany, and he called it being seized by the demon of philosophy.
Mm.
And so Nathar is seized by the demon of sight. And so he sees things in the future, he sees things in the past.
Yeah.
He can touch things and sometimes see, the history of that object or that person. And so that's where the idea for the main character came, was this idea that I've had rolling around in my brain for quite a while. I think that's probably like every writer's dream, is to have somebody say, I want to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened yet. Although I have been doing a little bit of script writing with Safe Harbor Films. See, I call what I do realistic epic fantasy. And so the people have real life concerns. They have and the magic is more subtle. So there are some fantasy novels and series out there where the magic is such a big deal, it's like fireworks, and
Mm.
it can distract from the story. Well, yeah, that at the time, the group of guys that I was competing with, we were all on that track, that Olympic track. And when at the time was when Dave Schultz had just gotten a gold medal in the Olympics, and he was 30, and that was so old. We would sit around and watch him, and I know, and we'd be sitting there going, "How's he still doing this?
Right.
How can he do this? How can he still be putting up with the pounding?" And at that time, the average age for international competition was 19.
Yeah.
And now it's 28. And I think that's because they are so much better at physical therapy than they used
Mm.
to be.
Yes.